With RuneScape 3's Fresh Start Worlds event happening right now, there is no better time to actually start a new account, and in today's video we are going to be starting a brand new series on the channel where we will be going through and creating a new account, trying to get it as high as possible before Fresh Start Worlds finally ends. And of course you guys can learn a few things hopefully throughout this series as to how you can do it too. You can tell me how you should think I should be playing and we can interact in that way. So I think it will be really cool. Hopefully you guys enjoy and stick around for the ride. So today's content is going to be focused around trying to get all of the requirements for one of the biggest Slayer kind of quest lines and be able to then progress towards getting 99 Slayer, which will hopefully be the thing that we're kind of working towards on the account, and we'll be doing everything PVM related. So hopefully this will be useful for you guys wanting to train both PVM and also for those of you wanting to earn some money along the way, because we'll be showcasing some great money making methods on Fresh Start Worlds part of the way through. But I want to go through the quest lines that we've been completing and also give a brief overview as to what the account has started in this episode and where we're hoping to get it by the end. So, as you can see, primarily what we've got right now on the account is a magic build. We've barely got any of our statistics up in any of the attack strength or range, and we're basically focusing on this mage build. Now, that is primarily because the mage build is what I'm familiar with, and it's probably the easiest skill to do some AoE ability early on in the game. We can kind of work towards those other skills as we go through, but we've also done a little bit of fishing, fire making, cooking, wood cutting. We've also got the initial Slayer levels, just because you don't want to see me fighting goblins all day and fighting all of the lower tier skeletons and stuff like that. We're trying to work our way towards getting, of course, smoking kills done at the beginning of next video. So you will be seeing hopefully smoking kills started and finished in the next video, but we're working our way throughout all of the quests leading up to that, because there are quite a few actually, and some of them require some kind of initial skill requirements, stuff like that, but they're a great way to level up some of these skills and also get yourself on some of those progress points as you go through, because ultimately on Fresh Start World, you're trying to work your way towards progressing your account, getting those progress skill points so that you can get all of the unlocks, you can get the luck rings, you can get all of the extras that come with it, the double drops, etc., and try and upgrade your armor at the same time and also level up your account as quickly as possible and be ultimately quite efficient as well. So with the introduction of the video out of the way, what are we getting on with? Well, the first quest line that we're going to have to complete, as well as giving us the progress points, is Gertrude's cat. And the ultimate aim of doing this was so that we could get to smoking kills. And ultimately, if you go back down the quest line series, this is one of the first ones that you have to complete. Of course, it gives some really nice cooking experience at the beginning of the game. There are literally no requirements. You just have to go in, you have to have 100 coins. It's literally super easy, and you'll be able to complete it as well. Obviously boost your way through some of the early cooking levels, and it's a brilliant way to kind of start off. And of course, along with that, you get the cat, and you also get some treasure hunter keys. Not that they're any use in Fresh Start Worlds right now, because of course I think Jagex are trying to avoid anyone being able to just pay to win. But yeah, Gertrude's cat, kind of pushed through that, got that out of the way. It was kind of annoying because I kept forgetting loads of different things. Like, it's been so long since I've been playing the low tiers that or low levels that we've had to go and get some milk and stuff like that. Usually you just go onto the Grand Exchange and buy these things, but unfortunately we can't actually do that on Fresh Start Worlds because the economy is completely dead, or at least some of the items are just impossible to find. There's loads of different things that are a bit of a pain in the backside, but there you go. And of course, you guys probably know that if you've been playing at all. So with Gertrude's cat quest out of the way, we managed to pick up an extra few cooking levels, at least 2, and of course got ourselves that cat. The next quest in the series is the Restless Ghost, and once we've completed this we can get a little bit of early prayer experience. Usually you'd probably want to do this to begin with, and it's a great way to get about 1,000 experience total, because you get some ancient bones and you also get a prayer lamp that gives you about 250 XP. I think the bones themselves give you 200 XP and it is probably the fastest quest in the game. You literally have to travel to a hut, you have to travel back, you then have to get a rock or search a rock, then you have to go and place it basically in a coffin. It's super quick, super simple, and it gets you some nice rewards at the beginning. So the next quest that we did is the first of the kind of Al-Kharid quest line, and trying to work our way towards getting ourselves on the kind of Al-Kharid Slayer kind of quest line, and of course leading on to Smoking Kills. Now this is of course Stolen Hearts. You basically have to follow some guy around, look at him, and then do some extra kind of shady things. Then you have to travel around. It's kind of a boring quest. There's not really a lot to it. There's no real combat in it. So yeah, it's just a case of going through, completing it, and it's kind of a little bit long for a pretty easy quest line. But yeah, other than that, moving on to the next quest, picked up a little bit of agility experience, I believe, in this one. So it was an alright experience. The next quest line in the series is Diamond in the Rough, and this is a really long, it seems like all of these quests are just like ridiculously long and kind of drawn out, and it feels like a little bit disappointing after you've done them, because some of the rewards early on, at least with this one, are pretty bad, and it takes you probably about 30 minutes to be able to finish it off if you're kind of doolalling around and you don't have the items ready for it. Of course, the best thing to do on this is go onto the RS Wiki, go to the quick guides, or just type in literally the quest that you want to do, and then just type in quick guide, and it's the easiest way to kind of learn how to do the quest, at least if it's kind of not one that involves like you having to do a ton of puzzles, because sometimes it's just easier for you to take a look at the puzzles and do it from a YouTube video. But regardless of that, Diamond in the Rough took us quite a long time to be able to complete, but once we've done it, it opens up the next quest line, which is the final one that we'll be doing in this video, and the next one is actually the one that gives you a ton of levels, and it's the one that I think everyone should do at the beginning, because it gives you early agility experience, which is massive for using a load of the shortcuts. You get a ton of shortcuts that are a pain that if you don't have on your account, such as the one in the GE, which I believe requires 21 agility, and this quest will pretty much get you that from zero. Like, you barely need to do it. This whole quest line will get you there. I think you may only have to do one agility level, which, to be honest with you, super quick, super easy, and it's the best way to train agility is through questing, to be honest with you. It's far better than high intensively clicking around a obstacle course and taking 10 years to do so. But having completed this quest, it gives you some lamps, and there's nothing really that special. They're only small lamps as well, so they only give you like 250 XP, but I usually just shove them into the skills that I haven't already unlocked. So we whacked it into range and just the low level combat skills, because the XP doesn't scale with the level of the skill. So if you just dump it into a low level skill or the lowest one you have, then it's going to have the biggest impact, and that's what I always do with the quest rewards if they are kind of non-scalable XP bonuses. And then the final kind of quest within this series that we're doing, and today's video, is Icthlarin's Little Helper, I believe it's called. This one is long. Like, the others are kind of annoying. This one just... it's just a pain, because you need so many different items that you can't just go on the GE and buy. Like, you need a kind of a bucket full of sap, which you have to go to at Tavali, and then you have to go and get the kind of evergreen trees, use a bucket on them, and then you have to get that, and then you also then have to get salt, and then you by going to a salt water, or you can buy one if you can somehow find a bag of salt, or at least a bucket of salt. I mean, you can do that, but yeah, on the G, it's almost impossible at the moment to buy some of these items, and if you do, they're going to cost you an absolute fortune, especially when you've only got a limited amount of money that we've currently got. We haven't focused on money making. All we've done is a little bit of ED3 trash runs at the moment, and that's given us a little bit of cash and, of course, some dungeoneering tokens, which we'll be showcasing in the next video alongside the Slayer upgrades that we're going to get in that video. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out, I think, every other day for the next few weeks. I believe I'll be doing this series, so stay tuned and see what happens with this series. So it's looking forward to it. But in other words, we've also then got the Icthlarin's Little Helper quest completed, which gave us 4,000 agility experience and boosted us up massively. Like, genuinely, it's a massive upgrade to be able to have completed. So not only does the quest give you 4,000 agility experience, it gives you 4,000 woodcutting experience, it also gives you 4,500 thieving experience, which is big because that takes you from like 0 or level 1 all the way up to level 20. So super easy way of getting your initial thieving levels, which are a pain to actually do. Let me just tell you that. So doing quests, as I always say on this channel, is one of the easiest ways to get the early levels, and then as you go through you can pick the quests that are going to give you the most XP for the skill that maybe you're struggling with. Like, for example, when I was doing my main account and trying to max and I was going for 99 agility, I would literally pick certain quests that were going to give 150,000 XP that you could choose the skill in, and then I would literally just whack that all on agility and just do it that way, along with, you know, using silver hawks and stuff like that. So these are all things that you can do on your account, and we're going to go through, and hopefully this whole series will guide you through. It's been a little bit of an introduction. I understand that it was mainly quests in today's video, but the next one is going to be jam-packed full of interesting content with loads of variety, so stay tuned for that. Of course, if you aren't already subscribed, then please do, because it massively helps out the channel. And of course, like the video if you did like it, dislike it if you hated it, and if you want to see other content, leave that in the comment section down below and highlight anything that you'd like me to do on this Fresh Start Worlds account. If there's anything in particular, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me back in the next episode. I'll see you there. Goodbye.